Hey y'all, welcome back to another live segment. It is your favorite style biz coach, Kristen, and I'm excited to be live today. I actually just recorded two new videos for y'all that I'm excited to share. That's why I did my makeup for the video. I'm excited for those videos because I haven't done a video pertaining to like the business of styling or personal styling in a long time. So I just felt led to record those videos earlier today. I had the time, so I'm glad I could get that done. They're very brief, but still very valuable, and I'm excited to share them and edit them. I'm not going to tell y'all what they're about, but you'll just see when you watch them. So today we are still going through these CEO Stylist traits, y'all. It is seven of them. I thought it was eight. I'm kind of all thrown off. I know I missed last week. And then I want to say I missed another week in this series. So I'm a little thrown off with the numbers, but this one is the one before the last one. So fearlessness is this week. And then next week, I want to say we are talking about, honestly, I can't remember and I don't want to say the wrong thing. So we'll get to that next week. But today we're talking about fearlessness, how to show up boldly in your styling business. And I'm so excited for that because as someone, as a personal stylist, as a style savant, as a business woman whose confidence has grown throughout her journey, I can definitely attest to not being fully confident in your abilities and feeling like you don't know enough or feeling like you're not an expert enough or feeling like, you can't do what it is that you are wanting to do as a stylist because you haven't been doing it long enough. Like, I get all of that. But in order to be successful in this industry, you have to be fearless. You have to do things that make you scared. You have to do things that may be out of the norm for you, that make you feel uncomfortable. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's what will help you to be more fearless and show up more confidently. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kristen Johnson. I'm the CEO and founder of Project Style University, where I help first generation personal stylists truly transform their love for styling into a profitable business. I do that through mentorship, I do that through coaching, both one on one and group coaching, and of course, these videos, YouTube videos, and live segments where I'm educating you all on what it looks like to be successful in the styling industry. Because this thing is a business. It's not about just shopping all day, every day. It's not about just putting outfits together. It's not about connecting with designers. That's a part of it. But it's mainly about really making an impact in the industry, transforming your clients' lives, and really changing and shifting their perspective when it comes to style. I'm really big on giving a unique perspective on what that looks like for my clients. And I do my best to be honest and transparent with y'all about my own experiences when it comes to building a styling business. I've been in the industry for 12 years now, a little over 12 years, and I've learned so much from being a blogger to then turning into an editorial stylist, from then being a personal stylist to personal brand stylist to now style savant. I've shifted and I've evolved. And I want you all to understand that that's what this is all about. Being an entrepreneur, building a business, like, you have to understand that you're not going to be the same throughout your entire career. You have to be able to shift. You have to be able to pivot. You have to be able to evolve in order to be successful. So, for those of you tuning in, let me know where you are tuning in from and let me know what type of stylist you are if you're a stylist. Specifically, I am a personal stylist, but I like to call myself a style savant. And I call myself that because I do more than just styling. I do more than just, again, that surface level stuff, putting outfits together and cleaning out closets. Like, that is not that is not what I was put on this earth to do. I was put on this earth to really transform my clients' lives, to help them to build their confidence, because that was something that I've lacked. And I've been able to build my confidence with the help of my faith, with the help of God, and really understanding who He is and who He is in my life and who He created me to be. And I want to be able to do that same thing for my clients and for y'all. So today we're talking about fearlessness. And sorry, I got a text message today, and I'm looking at my phone for my notes as always. But today we're talking about fearlessness and how to show up boldly in your styling business. So I have about 4 different points that I'm going to reach or talk on. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment them in the comment box. I can see all of the comments here. And also let me know if you have any questions as well. Um, Although I think I just said that, but let's hop into it. So, fearlessness is about action, not absence of fear. Fearlessness is about action, not absence of fear. So, that means doing things scared, doing it anyway. A lot of things aren't going to be like super easy and super digestible and just easy for you to do, especially if you're a first generation personal stylist. And when I say that, I mean you're the first person in your family to do something like this. You're the first person in your family to even be in the fashion industry. Nobody else is a personal stylist in my family. My father works in sales, selling insurance, healthcare to elderly people, Medicaid. So fashion is not his thing. Although he is fashionable, he is stylish, and he is probably where I got my style from. He doesn't do this. My mother worked in the bankruptcy court. She was a deputy clerk for 30 plus years. She's not in the fashion industry. I have an older sister, not in the fashion industry. Like nobody else in my family is doing this. So I'm the first person to ever do something like this and to pursue entrepreneurship head on. So I say that to say, I don't have all of these examples or these models to look up to and follow in their footsteps. I'm literally creating my own lane and doing things as they come. So many of you may be in that same boat. And that's not always a bad thing. Although it can be stressful, although it can be a lot of work, although it can be scary because you're the only person doing this, you're doing it for the first time, you don't really know that what you're doing is right or if it's wrong. But it's all about trial and error and just seeing what works for you. But you have to be fearless while doing it. Again, being fearless doesn't mean you never feel afraid. It means you take the step anyway. So you have to move in faith. And that's why faith is so important to me. That's why having a relationship with God is so important to me because you can't do business without Him. Trust me, I tried. It didn't work. It did not work. Yes, I grew up in church. And yes, Christianity was something that I was taught and, what I believed was what I was supposed to do. But it wasn't something that I was like pursuing myself. There were a lot of things that I've experienced in my business and just in my personal life that drew me closer to God. Being an entrepreneur is literally what drew me closer to God. Going through the ebbs and flows of being a business owner, not having clients, to not making money, to making money, to then losing money again, to deciding whether or not I even want to continue pursuing this as a business. I've had so many different challenges that I've experienced, but also a lot of successes too. So it's a bunch of up and down, things that we go through as entrepreneurs. And in order to stay afloat, in order to have a strong foundation to fall back on, for me, I have to follow God because He's the one that created me. He's the one that put these creative ideas in my mind. He's the one that pushed me into this industry. He's the one that put me on this earth to pursue a purpose of even becoming a personal stylist. That's a lot of P's. If it was not for Him, I would not be here. I personally, for me, I wanted to give up a long time ago. I didn't want to do this after a while because I'm like, nobody's hiring me. I'm not making any money. What am I doing this for when I can go get a 9 to 5? What am I doing this for when I have bills that need to be paid that my business isn't helping with? What am I doing this for? But it's not always about making money when you're an entrepreneur, when you're a business owner, when you're serving people. It's about serving people. It's about helping people with their problems. The money will come. Like that's not something that, is something that should be of a concern. But I get it, like we're human. Sometimes our brain just worries about things that we have no control over. And that's something that I'm shifting away from. I don't want to worry about money. I don't want to worry about how my bills are going to get paid. But when you focus on God and when you seek Him first, and when you pursue the purpose that He's put you on this earth to do, then everything else will fall into place. And you have to have a certain posture of your heart. Like, don't just do it because you know this is the right thing to do. Do it because you actually want to do it. Pursue God because you actually want to pursue God, to know more about why He even put you on this earth and why He even put you in this industry. For a long time, and I talked about this before, and I'll move on to the next one after this. But for a long time, I was very surface level with my offers and with what I was doing as a stylist. I was just doing what people thought that a personal stylist was capable of doing. Dressing them, shopping for them, cleaning out their closets. Cool. That's what I did. Did I enjoy it? To a certain extent. But after a while, I'm like, is this even worth my time? I don't feel like I'm doing anything. I don't feel like I'm helping people. I mean, I may be helping people on paper, but like, or temporarily helping people. But like, once I clean their closet, in a week, it's going to be dirty again. Like, what am I doing here? What am I supposed to be focusing on right now? So when you get to that point, hopefully you all don't get to that point. I'm trying to catch y'all before y'all get to that point. But if you're going through the ebbs and flows of business and you've realized, hey, I'm no longer fulfilled. I no longer feel like I'm pursuing my purpose or I'm fulfilling my purpose as a stylist, then you may want to take a step back and just, ask God like what you should be doing, where you should be focusing your time. And that's a conversation that I have all the time. Honestly, not enough to be completely transparent with y'all. I don't have that conversation enough. But I do have it, and I pray consistently. And I really just do my best to surrender every single day. Surrender to Him every single day when it comes to what He wants me to do. Because a lot of the times, what God wants us to do with our businesses, we don't want to do. Like, I didn't want to stop doing what I was doing because it was bringing in money until it wasn't bringing in money. And this was 2022. Like, I had consistent clients every single month doing the surface level stuff. But personally, I didn't feel fulfilled. Yeah, I was making money. It was cool. I was shopping. I was able to, do the personal styling stuff. But like, once the year ended, all of those clients stopped. All of that money dried up. And I was left with nothing. So when you get to that point, honestly, you have no choice but to go to God and ask Him what is going on. Okay, what exactly is happening? So that was a lot for point number one. But hopefully y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. And let me know in the comments if you are. But point number two, bold visibility builds trust. So basically moving in faith. Your ideal clients need to see you to believe in you. They need to see you. So showing up even when you don't feel like showing up. Showing up even when other people aren't watching you. There have been plenty of times where I'm live on my YouTube doing these live segments and nobody's watching me. I'm literally talking to myself. And then some days, like today, it's some people hopping on and off. So you have to do it anyway and show up boldly anyway, regardless of the audience, regardless of who's watching you. Because somebody will see it. The right person will see it. Even if you're not watching this live, you may come back and watch the replay. So it's so important to show up boldly. Showing up consistently online, offline, and in rooms where your name needs to be mentioned is important. So going to events this weekend, I'm actually going to New York tomorrow. Now I'm going to Sip and Slay. If you know anything about Sip and Slay, then sorry, I'm like getting distracted by my text. If you know anything about Sip and Slay, it is hosted by Nana. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she is the founder of Every Stylish Girl. And she's honestly been around for as long as I can remember that platform. I want to say she created that platform maybe in 2018, 2017. I could be wrong. But I know around the time that I created Black Women Who Style, Every Stylish Girl was already a thing. And that platform actually was a part of the inspiration to Black Women Who Style. And I want to say this is maybe her third Sip and Slay event. I've always wanted to go. Now, as a stylist, I'm sure there may be other stylists in the room, but this event isn't specifically created for stylists. This event is created for now content creators, um, influencers, Black women, women of all colors, to be honest with you, to put themselves out there and to share their stories and to really serve the audiences that they were created to serve and collaborate and work with brands that they love. So a lot of the people who are on the panel and who are speaking are content creators, influencers, people who aren't stylists. But I am pursuing to be a content creator. And although I guess you can kind of already call myself that, I know that I'm not a pro at being a content creator. I don't know all the ins and outs of being a content creator. I do know how to create some good content though. So I'm going to that event to one, do something that I've never done before. I've never been. I'm going by myself, which is also kind of scary, but it is what it is. And I'm going to look cute while doing it. I already got my outfit picked out. We already know. And I'm going to make some connections in the room. And I'm also going to listen to the panel and take notes from the people who are doing exactly what I want to do. And I say that to say I'm being bold. I'm going in, I'm looking bold, I'm being bold, doing something on my own. And I'm doing it in faith because although it technically isn't tied to styling, it's a part of my journey and it's a part of what I'm pursuing and it's a part of my desires to create content, to create valuable content, and to do it for the right people. So that way brands can partner with me and want to work with me. And I'm learning from the people who are doing it best. Some of the people who are on the panel are people that I've been following for quite some time, who I know and love, who I love their content. So, like, I'm going to learn from the best. Like, I don't care who's in the room. So, it's so important to show up boldly, both in rooms, online, and offline. And I actually talked about showing up boldly in one of the videos that I recorded earlier today, because I feel like social media nowadays really has people like confused about what it looks like to show up online. I follow so many, like I mentioned, so many stylists, so many influencers, so many content creators who create amazing content and do great things. Some of them have a decent following, but some of them, they only have 200, 300 followers. But that doesn't change the impact that they're making on me. And I want people to understand that, you don't need to have a ton of followers to be successful. You don't need to have a ton of people watching you to be successful. Success is something that you define on your own. And my definition of success has definitely shifted and definitely changed over the years. I used to think being successful was having a bunch of followers, having a bunch of clients, making a bunch of money, and doing all the things. But now success to me is making an impact, whether it be impacting one person's life or a trillion people's lives. And that doesn't always have to happen all at once. It can happen over time. Success also means generational wealth. So yeah, I do want to get money. I do want to, not have to worry about money at all. But I'm going to do that in a way that is impactful to my audience and true to myself. I'm not just going to post anything and create any type of content just to make money. Like, I'm not doing that. Whatever I do, whatever I put my hands on, whatever I promote and market is going to align with me and my values and my desires and my purpose. I've actually seen a video yesterday and, shouts out to him. I don't know the guy's name, but it was one of those promotional like Instagram posts I seen. And basically the guy was showing, a black guy was showing, how successful he was because he had all the fancy cars, he had a nice house, he had tons of money, all of these things. And he was a young guy too. And he was like, this is how I do it. I buy free viral videos and I post them on YouTube and I make money that way. Now, to each his own. If that's what you want to do, if you feel led to do that, if that's a part of your purpose that God has put you on this earth to do, cool. But that ain't for me. I'm not about to buy, he said buy cheap viral videos. I'm not spending time looking for cheap viral videos to share on a random YouTube channel just to make money. Like, now, again, I'm not knocking his hustle. Do what works for you. Like, but that don't work for me. Doing that does nothing for me. Like, yeah, I can get the fancy car. Yeah, I can get the nice house. Yeah, I can get all the money that I need to pay off these damn student loans. Excuse my language. But doing that doesn't do anything for me. Like, it's not transforming nobody's life. It's not fulfilling my desires, my clients. It's not. And it basically reminded me of 2022. Not to say I was doing anything back then, because I wasn't just doing anything. I was doing the personal styling stuff. But I was doing the surface level stuff and just giving people what they asked for just to make money. And it's nice to get the money and to see the funds come through and all of that. That's a nice feeling. That would be nice for anybody. But again, I'm too old, one, and have been doing this for way too long to just be doing it just to do it, or to just be doing it just for the money. Like, at this point, there has to be some deeper reason, some deeper why as to why I'm doing this. The money is a part of it, but that's not the main focus as to why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I'm passionate. I'm passionate to help people. I enjoy and love fashion. I love giving people a different perspective on what style can look like for them. I love educating people, especially on things that they've never heard of or have never seen before. And I really love that. I love educating y'all. I love giving y'all the ins and outs of what it looks like to be a successful stylist. I love sharing my honest and transparent journey with y'all when it comes to being a stylist. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. So that is what keeps me going. That is what motivates me. Not posting random viral videos on YouTube to make money. Like, that doesn't work for me. So moving on to number 3. Fearless means owning your value, which is kind of aligns with what I said. Stop apologizing for your rates, your expertise, or your unique approach to styling. Now, what I talked about in today's video, I'm giving y'all a little snippet of what to expect. But when I was recording the video, I talked about how every stylist is different. Being a personal stylist is very subjective. Being a stylist in general is very subjective. And what I mean by that is there is no right or wrong way to be a stylist. What you believe in, your methodologies, your strategies, and your processes can be right in your realm of styling, but the next stylist may believe in something completely different. They may have completely different methodologies, strategies, and processes that are right in their world of styling. But to you, you don't do that. You don't see it as such because you believe in something else. For example, I don't care about what's trending. I don't teach my clients about trendy fashion. I don't do that. But as a stylist, if that's what you believe is true, if you love trends and you want to keep your clients up to date on that, do that with confidence. I don't care about color analysis. I'm not into teaching my clients what colors work for them and what colors don't, when I believe that all colors can work for everybody. It just depends on how it's styled and it depends on the shade. Like, I'm not here to tell my clients what they can't do because I believe they can do whatever they desire to do. That's what I believe in. But if you appreciate color analysis and if that's what you want to focus on in your styling business, do that. If you see value in that, do that. So it's important to not focus on what other stylists are doing, what everybody else is doing. None of that matters. Focus on what you believe in as a stylist. Focus on what you want to teach your clients about. Focus on the strategies that work for you and have worked for your clients. And again, people are going to question you. People are going to question, oh, well, why do you do it this way as opposed to this way? Well, why do you suggest this as opposed to that? But you have to stand firm in that. You have to be confident in that. If you're going to have these strategies and these methodologies and these systems in place, and this is something that you're teaching your audience and you're teaching your clients, and people question you about that, you have to stand firm. You can't be like, well, oh, I saw someone else say this, and, or, oh, like, I don't exactly know. It's just like, no, you got to be confident in that. And I'm saying that boldly because that was me. When I first started talking about body shapes, it was scary because I'm like, it's already body shapes out here that people are looking at, that people are, you know, classifying themselves as. And I'm creating these new body shapes that no one knows nothing about. Half of them don't even understand how to determine what their body shape is using my body shapes. So I have to make sure I'm confident in talking about this and I know what I'm talking about before I teach or educate someone on any of this stuff. And I think that is where the disconnect is, you know, when you're new to the industry or when you are learning something new that you want to share and that you want to teach, you have to make sure that you truly believe in that thing and that you understand that thing and that you are clear on that thing in order for you to be confident and talk boldly and step fearlessly into this industry. Once I got confident with talking about my body shapes and how to determine your body shape, what measurements to take, and all of that, I, I was good. Now, that took some time. You definitely have to study your craft. You definitely have to, you know, really make sure you understand what it is that you're talking about as a stylist before you go out here and say, I'm a stylist. Listen to me. You have to know what you're talking about. So, whatever it is that you believe in, your values, all of that, your expertise, your unique approach to styling, whatever that is, you have to be very clear, crystal clear on what that looks like for you before you go out and start teaching other people so that you can show up confidently. And even if you feel like you don't know every single detail, say, I'm still learning this. I'm still working on this. I'll have to go back and do some more research on that. But this is what I believe will work for you. Stand firm. So, fearlessness is standing in your worth and inviting the right clients to invest. So, not everybody is going to want to invest in you. Not everybody is going to see your value. Not everybody is going to understand what you do. And that's okay. That's cool. You only want to work with the people who do. You only want to work with the people who see value in you. Sometimes you may have to shift people's perspective. Sometimes you may have to teach some things to people like, oh, okay, you don't think style is important? That's cool. But this is why I believe it's important. This is what it has done for me. This is what it has done for my other clients and people that I work with. And continue pushing. And eventually, if that client changes their mind, they'll come back or they'll try to do whatever it is that you do on their own and they'll realize that they actually do need help. That I love that. So last but not least, courage creates momentum. Courage creates momentum. The more you push past fear, the easier it becomes to keep moving forward. The more you do things scared, the more you push yourself out of your comfort zone, the easier it becomes. This industry is not easy to be in. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. I don't know what y'all think, but this is not easy at all. But in order for it to become easier, you have to push past that fear and you have to do things scared. You have to be fearless. This is your first time doing a lot of these things. If you're a first generation personal stylist, this is your first time doing all of this. This is my first time being a stylist. This is my first time being an entrepreneur. This is my first time building a successful business. This is my first time doing this stuff. So when you're doing something for the first time, it's never easy. You don't know what you're doing. But the more you do it, the more you spend time in it, the more you again, do your research and build up your expertise, it becomes easier. It's never easy, but it can get easier as time goes on. So I want to encourage you to commit to one bold move this week that scares you, that scares you, but grows your business a lot. So whether you commit to posting every day this week for a week, whether you commit to going live every day for a week on social media and telling people who you are and what it is that you do, whether it be you create content every single day this week, do something you're scared to do. Whether you reach out to someone new every single day this week and tell them what you do and invite them to schedule a call with you, that is going to help to grow your confidence. And that is going to help you to start showing up with fearlessness and show up more boldly. So I hope this live segment was helpful for y'all. I hope that what I said really, changed your perspective and gave you a different understanding of what it looks like to be a stylist, a personal stylist specifically. And I hope that you take everything that I've said and digest it, give yourself time to sit with it, and then move. Because we don't have a lot of time to waste, y'all. It's people out here who need us. It's people out here who are looking for us, who are waiting for us. And the longer we sit on our gifts, the longer we sit on our abilities, the longer that person that we are created to help doesn't get the help that they need. And eventually they'll go to someone else who won't help them in the same way that you will help them, or who may not even help them at all. They may lie and say, "Oh, I can help you," and they don't actually help them at all. And now they're scarred for life because they think all personal stylists do this, or they think all personal stylists are out here to just dress them a certain way and just do the thing that they've experienced. So stop holding up your gift and release it to those individuals who need it the most, so the people who are looking for you can find you. Show up boldly. Show up boldly as a personal stylist, and do not be afraid to say no to people who don't align with your values. And don't be afraid to do the things that you are meant to do and put yourself out there. So I hope again that this was helpful. Before I go, definitely make sure you share this live with someone. Come back to it, like it, make sure you subscribe. But also, if you're a stylist and you want to be a part of a private community, join Hey Stylists. I talked about this before. Hey Stylists is a private community that is offline in a private group chat, where you'll get access to me and other stylists who are going through some of the same things that you may be going through. Some business challenges, finding clients, building their confidence, growing their faith, all of those things. In the group me, I share resources, I share jobs, I share events that I'm going to, I share sip and slay in there. And I share anything that I believe is beneficial to you all. But I also encourage the stylists to share things with me too. So if you want to be a part of that community, it's free. Just join. I'll make sure I leave the link in the description below so that you all can have that. But aside from that, I will see y'all for the last episode of this series next week, next Thursday at 12:30 p.m. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all. Thanks for listening.